Good Friday morning. On the way to work. Wednesday didn't mess me up quite as bad as I thought, except for just Wednesday. I really thought yesterday and today would just have me a little bit of a tailspin too, but Wednesday, I did not handle it well. I let things that shouldn't have gotten in my way get in my way. And I regret it, but it's done. Going to move on, going to learn from it. Going to combine it with some of the things I'm hearing in the book I'm listening to and come up with some kind of new mantra for myself, because I am terrible at letting obstacles and inopportune circumstances, I don't know how else to put it, get in my way. And I just wallow in it instead of rolling with it or looking at it as a source of accomplishment. I don't know if that's the right word or not, but a proud moment of conquering a less than ideal situation. And I tend to just regret it and wallow in it, and I really don't want to do that. So I have a plan for today. I'm going to stick to that plan. And if circumstances change or don't necessarily facilitate that plan, I'm just going to roll with it, make the best of it. Just keep doing what I got to do, and we'll go from there. So the plan today is come home, see the Walt, go for a walk, go for a 6,000 meter row, and then I get to chill out, take a nap, put my lounge chair in front of the TV in the garage, put the fan on, and kick back, maybe even have a couple beers. And dinner is being grilled this evening, so there's nothing for me to do ahead of time other than what I've already done, which was tenderize and marinate the meat. And that's it. I got a few things I gotta get at the grocery store, but we can manage that, and we will. So looking forward to dinner, looking forward to my nap. And today is push day, so I'm going to make sure I get myself up from my nap and moving around and nourished enough to do a good push workout. And if my shoulder and or elbows don't cooperate, we're just going to keep pushing and do the best we can. We're not going to hurt ourselves. We're just going to make the most of it. I'm telling myself this. Psyching myself up, but anyway, it's Friday. I got my soda. I'm on my way to work. I'm not doing the usual routine after work. I'm going to the bakery to get my father a quiche, maybe some sugar-free brownies if they have them this time, and I might even just get myself a pretzel. And yeah, that's really about all I got to say about that. So I may or may not holler at you later. Alrighty, I am leaving the bakery. I came to the bakery after work, which I think I mentioned earlier. They had 5 sugar-free brownies, and I took them all. And they had a cheese quiche, and I took one. And I was told, because I asked, that you can in fact freeze the quiche. And she said, especially if I'm cutting them, which I will, individually wrap in saran wrap and put them in a freezer bag. And she said they'll be fine. So that helps. That means I'm not going to come over here every time immediately when I run out of quiche for Walt. But I'll listen to that 5.0. I can pull out when I want to. So yeah, that's good, because he has a piece left from the previous one at home, but I knew I wouldn't get over here tomorrow or Sunday to get him another one. So that's good. I do need to stop at the grocery store. I forgot I was going to do an Instacart pickup order so I didn't have to shop. I could just pull in and they'd bring it out to me, and I forgot. So I got to run into the grocery store real quick just for a few things. Mostly stuff to go with tonight's London broil on the grill. Can't wait. Looking forward to that. Talked to a couple guys this morning at the Y about grills, and after that I am more convinced than ever that Traeger grill needs to come live at my house. But when am I going to do it? Am I going to pull the trigger? We have about 18,000 pounds of charcoal at the house that I would like to use up at least before we get a grill that doesn't use charcoal. And I need to get a chain or steel cables or something just to be on the safe side. I'd like to have the grill secured to the deck. I'm going to spend enough money that I don't want it getting stolen. Not that a grill is an easy thing to walk away with, but it's on the back side of the house and don't always see out there very well. Motion lights and all that kind of stuff don't always help if I'm in bed. So sooner or later I'm going to pull the trigger on that. Pull the trigger on a Traeger. That'll be a slogan or something they use. Pull the trigger on a Traeger. Father's Day, they have sales, but from what I'm seeing, it's the same sale I always see. It's like $100 off. So I don't feel like I gotta hurry. One of the guys I talked to, they said, "Man, you gotta hurry and get them. It's summer, man. Summer's gonna be over." And I said, "Well, we grill all year long, so I don't see a grill as a seasonal purchase. But let's put it that way." Now, would they be cheaper in the winter? Maybe, but they also might not be in the same kind of supply in the winter. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, or at least from what I was told, that my options for accessories for the grill, I'll have more and or better options at Carolina Lawn and Tractor instead of going to Ace Hardware. Ace Hardware doesn't they just don't seem to have a lot of I don't know what the right term would be, floor space, retail space for Traeger and the accessories. I still think probably for Ace Hardware, Weber is probably still their main grill options. So I may ride over to Carolina Lawn and Tractor. Probably not till maybe next week one day. Take a look at them. But I know if I go over there, I'm going to end up buying it. I saved my tax return, and that was one of the things I wanted to maybe do with it, was get a Traeger. So I didn't have direct deposit for some reason for my tax return. I actually got a check in the mail, so I just cashed it, and I still have the cash. So I'm thinking, I could just open that little envelope up I got hidden away with that cash in it. Go get a Traeger whenever I'm ready. But like I said, I also want to use up the charcoal and some of the other accessories, not accessories, but some of the other things you use to grill that will, what's the word I'm looking for? Not diminishing. Anyway, a resource that you use to grill and use some of that up before I just completely discard it. So if you know anybody that wants an old little Weber grill, works great. It's in pretty good shape. Keep it clean. I'm going to get rid of one here pretty soon. One of these days. I just like the thought of being able to put a hunk of meat on in the morning and letting it smoke all damn day. That just sounds like something I want to do. I tried smoking before on another grill I had, and that was really a pain in the ass to try to maintain the temperature you want, and all the stuff you got to do with it. And it was a failure. And I don't think I ever smoked anything else. That was the one time I did it, didn't like it, and didn't do it again. Putting stuff over charcoal is easier. I do prefer charcoal to gas just because of the flavor. But even with a gas grill, I never get it right. I never get the doneness of whatever meat I'm cooking right. It's either raw or burnt. So I'm hoping with a Traeger, and you get the one with the Wi-Fi and let it maintain the nice slow smoke temps and all that kind of stuff, that life will be a little easier. If you've ever had a smoked burger, that's a good way to go too. I like smoked chicken, smoked, maybe even do some pork loins, do some, I don't know, shoulder roasts, whatever you want to do, brisket, I don't care. It just sounds like a thing that I'd like to do. I wonder how you would do corn. Could you do, because we do corn on the cob on the grill. I say we, Sarah does. And it's fabulous. I wonder if you could smoke your corn. That sounds good too. What if I kept the old grill just for corn? Damn. Might end up with 2 grills. Oh well. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough about grills. I need to get to the grocery store because I am way late. I've stood around and talked too much. My relief on Fridays, my normal relief, the person who normally comes in after me, is an older lady, and we talk well. We have good, interesting, fun conversation, and today I let it get away from me. I did probably more of the talking, but I would talk to people that are in the gym working out, but I always feel bad too about wasting their time if I don't want to keep them from their workout. So I always have to kind of be sensitive to that for members. A lot of my regulars weren't there today. It was really a weird day at the gym. Very slow early. Got really busy for about an hour, and by 8 o'clock it was right back down to single digits, or close to it. Anyway, so here we go. Oh shit, look at that. They're clearing that road off. Yeah, so that's that. I'll probably talk at you some more, but I'm gonna get in the grocery store, get home, see the walk, go for my walk, go for my row, take a nap. Maybe I'll check in before my nap. Maybe not. So I was thinking about this earlier, and I wanted to say something on here. The one person who I know watches these will know and understand this, but if you're just tuning in, so to speak, my mother's been dead long enough that I'm past any kind of grief or any of that. Are there regrets about the relationship? Of course there are, but nonetheless, it's been 20 years, and I'm kind of past it. In fact, it will be 20 years this Sunday. But Chris, Sunday is Father's Day. Yes, on occasion, the anniversary of my mother's death falls on Father's Day. Whether or not my father will remember is always in the air. Who knows when and what he remembers, and to be honest, he wasn't the best husband. So let's just say he may not even care if he did remember. So, but it, and like I said, I'm kind of past it. I can talk about it freely. I don't feel any kind of morbidity talking about the death of my mother. I also can fairly confidently say that the death of my father probably will not bother me all that much either. Probably as many or more regrets regarding my relationship with him, but nonetheless, at this point, nothing really can be done about it. There's no there's no having serious conversations with someone who has dementia, has very limited short-term memory. The only thing he remembers is the original 6 hockey teams of the NHL and apparently every minute detail of his military service, of which I hear often. So, yes, Mother's Day, or Father's Day, and the coinciding anniversary of my mother's death will be interesting. I don't know what to expect. I don't know. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm always interested. This is so dumb. So bad. I'm always interested to see what social media shows me from any of my relatives. I guess mostly my brothers and their children. So as the one who's been the caregiver for our father for the last 8 years, who was also childless, yes, I do kind of, with a little bit of tongue-in-cheek or a grain of salt, find interesting what they choose to post on social media regarding either one of those things. But anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. Maybe sometime Sunday or Monday, I'll find out and let you know.